Jack in the Box. I was just there the other night.
Like many other restaurant chains, there are some things that Jack in the Box doesn't broadcast to the public. Let's uncover 10 secrets Jack in the Box doesn't want you to know.
All right then, keep your secrets.
Jack in the Box tried out upscale dining.
We tried and we failed.
Jack in the Box has always been known for their cheap and quick food. The chain's dollar value menu has been a favorite among many of the restaurant's loyal customers who are looking for more bang for their buck. It may then be surprising to most people that Jack in the Box actually thought it was a good idea to try to put out a more elegant and high-end style of dining compared to their typical fast and economic one. JBX Grill was Jack in the Box's attempt to expand their brand to a more upscale clientele.
We deserve better.
Created in 2004, JBX Grill was quickly realized to be a failure of epic proportions and ended up costing the company millions of dollars. The venture into higher-end dining was so bad that the company's stock took a major hit due to the failure. While many people may have enjoyed a more upscale Jack in the Box experience, most of the brand's customer base are happier with their 99-cent tacos and inexpensive drive-through runs. E. coli nearly ruined the brand's reputation.
Hey ladies! The basket of E. coli.
While many fast food chains have had to deal with small food poisoning outbreaks over the years, none have been as detrimental to a brand as what happened to Jack in the Box. Having experienced one of the worst food contamination outbreaks in American restaurant history, Jack in the Box was almost forced to close their doors for good. The issue was a two-pronged mishap that started with meat contaminated with E. coli being distributed to over 70 different Jack in the Box locations. The second part of the incident stemmed from this meat not being cooked properly, allowing the bacteria to infect even more unfortunate customers.
Unbelievable.
By the end of the carnage, over 700 people had been sickened due to the chain's food, and 4 people had died as a direct result of eating at Jack in the Box. The resulting fallout from this disaster almost cost the brand its livelihood and brought the company close to bankruptcy. Even though this event took place over 30 years ago, it is still widely known and remembered by many fast food lovers throughout the nation who may still be uneasy eating at their local Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box tacos aren't 100% beef.
Can you tell us?
Jack in the Box tacos just might be the most popular item on their menu, so it may come as a surprise to some Jack in the Box fans that these tacos aren't actually made with pure ground beef. Although many fast food chains have faced similar issues with their meat, Jack in the Box doesn't actually claim that their tacos are 100% beef. Made from a combination of beef, chicken, and vegetable protein, these tacos are anything but your normal tacos found at your local Mexican restaurant. Even though they are more of a Frankenstein meat creation, these tacos are extremely popular among Jack in the Box fans and continue to be an iconic menu item across all the chain's branches. Without being told that they aren't fully beef, the vast majority of consumers would never even know that these tacos are any different than the others out there. The deep-fried and crunchy exterior of the tacos is complemented by processed cheese and a well-seasoned slurry of meat and vegetable protein, which results in a surprisingly tasty taco. Having the ability to buy 2 tacos for just 99 cents, Jack in the Box lovers will surely continue to load up on their favorite tacos, regardless of what may be inside them. The mascot was killed off.
He isn't really dead, is he?
Jack has been a part of the marketing for the fast food chain since the restaurant's beginning. There was a time when Jack wasn't so popular, though. After more than 30 years of clowning around with Jack as their mascot, the fast food franchise decided to move away from this identity. In a famous commercial that aired in the 80s, Jack was actually blown up by store employees. Jack in the Box decided to try and separate themselves from Jack in an attempt to appeal to a more upscale clientele. They felt that having a clown as a mascot was too childish and was hurting their sales within certain demographics.
I'm the problem, dude. You're the problem.
Originally named Jackbox, this character was sorely missed by loyal fans of the brand. Eventually, the company came to their senses and brought a new and improved Jack back from the dead. The revived mascot looks less like a clown and more like a giant ping-pong ball with a rudimentary face painted onto it. However, Jack continues to be one of the greatest and most well-known fast food mascots of all time, and it looks like the chain won't be removing him from the public anytime soon. Some controversial commercials.
I can't begin to tell you how much I hate that commercial.
Fast food commercials tend to focus on the food, using slow-motion clips of menu items and mentions of new specials. Jack in the Box, however, doesn't always take the normal advertising route with their TV commercials. Starting with an ad in 1993 where Jack the mascot was brought back as brand ambassador, things got a little strange. In the first ad after his return, Jack proceeds to blow up the company's boardroom after stating that he is back to reclaim his rightful throne. This commercial was criticized by some viewers for being violent and unnecessary.
It's strange.
But this wasn't the end of strange marketing decisions that Jack would find himself in. Another promotion that focused on Jack in the Box bowls used the term in a way that referenced a male body part that most would not say is acceptable for a television commercial. This semi-vulgar ad was the talk of the town after it started running and was heavily disliked by many viewers due to its inappropriate innuendo. Although the advertisement was heavily criticized, one may think that it actually had a positive effect on the company's sales. After all, any publicity is good publicity, right? Wasn't always called Jack in the Box.
Many names, many passports.
Robert Peterson is the founder of Jack in the Box, and although Jack in the Box is his true claim to fame, it wasn't the restaurant's first name. In 1941, he started a fast food restaurant known as Topsy's Drive-In, which was located in San Diego, California. After the popularity of Topsy's Drive-In, Peterson went on to change the name of his restaurants to Oscar's, which was his middle name. He changed all of the decor to something straight out of a circus, with clowns and a large Jack-in-the-Box on the roofs. Eventually, he would change the name of his restaurants to Jack-in-the-Box, reflecting the style of the franchise's new design.
Finally!
After a long string of successes with Jack-in-the-Box, the chain started to struggle and at one point was renamed Monterey Jack's. After just a year as Monterey Jack's, the owners of the company at the time realized their mistake and changed the name back to Jack in the Box. The chain channeled their abstract sense of humor after reverting back to their original name by airing a commercial in which the chain poked fun at itself for being so daft as to rename their restaurants Monterey Jack's. Munchie Meals for a specific demographic.
I'm not special?
Consisting of a variety of out-of-the-box combinations like a mix of regular and curly fries, exploding cheesy chicken sandwich, and a strangely named jalapeno burger, the Munchies meals are served late at night in some locations. With a name like Munchie Meal, it's safe to say that Jack in the Box may be targeting a specific demographic with these menu options.
Hey, that's our stoner.
Without diving into this topic deeper, we can see how this marketing tactic may upset some easily offended, upstanding citizens, but the Munchies meals have actually been quite a hit since their introduction. Offering up an array of menu items in a combo style, the Munchies meals really have something for everyone. The only real problem with these combo options comes down to just how unhealthy they are. Some of the Munchie options top out at over 2,000 calories, which is a full day's worth of calories for some people. You can just imagine how eating a meal like that as a late-night snack may not be too kind on your waistline. But most people who are seeking a late-night snack fast food run aren't too worried about the nutrition factor anyway. Trouble expanding east.
You East Coast? I far East Coast.
Jack in the Box is a fast food icon for those who live in the western United States. Californians alone can attest to their love of the chain's greasy and delicious burgers with great conviction. It would seem that with such loyal customers throughout the West, Jack in the Box would be an instant hit across the entire nation. Unfortunately for Jack in the Box, this has not been the case. After expanding to the Midwest and Eastern United States, Jack in the Box was eventually forced to close hundreds of restaurants due to dwindling and underperforming outlets.
They're closed. We're all closed.
While there's no real reason as to why the chain hasn't been able to break into the fast food market in these regions, some have speculated that the popularity of other chains has prevented them from doing so. One strong contender for this theory is the famous slider chain, White Castle. Offering a similar-priced fast food fix to that of Jack in the Box, White Castle may already be a fan favorite among many fast food fanatics throughout the East and Midwest. It could also just be that Jack in the Box was too late in the game in these areas and wasn't able to corner their share of the market like they did in the West. Whatever the reason may be, Jack in the Box has shown no sign of trying to expand operations into these regions since they were forced to start closing down branches. The chain's food is unhealthy.
And the killer tainted meat from Jack in the Box hamburger.
It really should come as no surprise to people that fast food generally isn't very healthy. Offering a variety of fried and calorie-loaded foods, most fast food chains try to disguise the fact that the food they sell is something most health-conscious people would avoid. Jack in the Box, like other fast food chains, is also guilty of serving up food that may give a nutritionist nightmares. Many of the items that the restaurant chain sells are so full of calories that they could easily surpass the recommended daily allowance for a full-grown adult. Take, for example, the chain's milkshakes. Just one normal milkshake with whipped topping can easily reach over 1,000 calories.
I'm super fat.
And that doesn't even include the specialty shakes that sometimes make their way onto menus. The combination meals are where things get really unhealthy, though. Paired with fries and a sugary drink, many of the Jack in the Box combos can easily break through the 2,000 calorie mark. It doesn't take a doctor to see how eating 2,000 calories in one sitting may not be the best thing for your body. At the end of the day, though, fast food is meant to be a treat that is eaten every once in a while, and Jack in the Box does actually have some lower calorie and more health-focused options available. Jack in the Box bombed in the 70s.
May I tell you a story? Please.
In the late 1960s, Jack in the Box was sold to a brand called Ralston Purina. Heading into the 70s proved to be a hard time for the now famous restaurant chain. Becoming more and more like McDonald's with each passing day, Jack in the Box was experiencing some serious growing pains at this time. The brand made some questionable expansion choices and may have even expanded too quickly for their own good.
Things are moving fast.
After having to abandon their plans to fully expand into the eastern United States, the chain was forced to close countless locations in this region. While the chain is doing fine today, they've had more than one potentially brand-ending scare over the years. With their troubles seemingly in the rearview mirror, getting your Jack in the Box fix should not be a problem. Unless you're on the East Coast, that is. Craving another video? Just tap or click and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell.